Hi everyone, it's Sarah. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of keeping a journal. Journaling is something that I believe in very much. I have been keeping a journal pretty obsessively since I learned how to write. I've been numbering them since I was about 12 or 13, and I am almost finished with number 98. I wrote a little bit about this in my blog down below. I'm going to mention some of the things that I talked about in my blog, but this is more going to be a list of ways that journaling can help you as a writer. The first thing is that journaling is a way that you can document your life. Now this comes in really handy when we go back to using life experiences as a basis for fiction. I talked a little bit about this in my video from a couple weeks ago on finding inspiration and figuring out what you want to write about. I'll leave a link to that video down below if you want to check it out. But if you are going back to a memory, for example, of something that you think is interesting that you want to write about, it might be helpful to go back to a journal entry you wrote about it so that you can really remember what that experience was like, what you were feeling in that experience. Obviously, you don't have to stick to the memory exactly. You shouldn't. You should just use it as a basis, because this is assuming that you're not writing creative nonfiction and you're using it to create fiction. If you are writing creative nonfiction, that's a totally different thing altogether. But either way, keeping a journal would definitely help you. The second way it might help is when you keep a journal, you have a place to record ideas as they come to you. This happens to me all the time. I might be sitting somewhere and writing my journal, and I overhear somebody saying something to somebody else, and I'm thinking, that is a great piece of dialogue for a story. And it's great that I'm writing in my journal at that particular moment, because I can write down the dialogue, or if I have an idea, I can write it down right then. It's just a good habit to keep, to always have something where you can record pieces of dialogue, ideas for characters, ideas for locations, ideas for situations, anything like that. And you may be stream of consciousness writing in your journal, and that may lead you to an idea that you wouldn't have otherwise thought of. The third thing is that journals can help you stay positive. Now, if you've been writing and submitting your work for a while, you will know that as a writer, there are a lot of times that you're going to feel down. Writers have to deal with a lot of rejection and criticism, and it's very easy to let these things get to you, to take them personally. But if you keep a journal, you can make gratitude lists, you can write about everything you have to be grateful for, everything that makes you happy. And then when you're dealing with rejection and some of the more negative sides of being a writer, you can refer back to these lists and think, wow, you know, maybe this one literary agent didn't like my story, but look at all this other stuff I have to be grateful for. I know sometimes that really helps me. The fourth thing is that keeping a journal gives you an opportunity to practice writing. Now, obviously, when you're journaling, you're not going to be very concerned about the quality of your writing or the words that you're choosing to use or how it sounds. And you shouldn't be. That's not the point of keeping a journal. But at the same time, just the act of writing will give you some practice, and it will make you a better writer. It's not enough to just journal and never try to learn anything new. But if you're reading a lot, if you're learning about the craft and journaling on top of that, some of that is going to subconsciously come through, and you will find yourself to be practicing different techniques in your journal. I know I do. I don't even mean to, but it just comes out. So a journal is a great place to practice. And lastly, keeping a journal helps you work out your emotions. This is important because sometimes when people start to write a story with the idea that it's going to help them work out their emotions or it's going to be therapy, then the story itself can become very self-serving, and sometimes that makes for not a very good story. Like, it's obvious when you read someone's story if they're just trying to work out their own issues in the story, as opposed to trying to tell a story to entertain an audience and say something meaningful about the world. So, keeping a journal gives you a place to work out your emotions and kind of have your own sort of therapy with yourself, which means you won't do this as much into writing. Alright, that's it for me on the benefits of keeping a journal. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like seeing videos like this and you want to see more videos with writing tips. Next week, I'm going to be talking about 5 questions writers should ask themselves after reading a book. And then next month, all of my videos will be about writing better fiction and techniques that you can use specifically to help you write better fiction. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing that. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you keep a journal and what your experience is with it, or how it's helped you in your own creative writing. Don't forget to sign up for my mailing list, The Daily Writer, so that you can receive daily writing inspiration. I'll leave a link to that down below. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!